What's up, how you doing? We're back from the desert. It was pretty hot today. Not the hottest that I've been in, but it was 94 degrees. That's pretty hot. I was there one time. I had the outfit on and a latex mask on, and it was 111. That was pretty hot. But before I go to the desert, I stop at the gas station, fill up, just in case, you never know. And I buy like 3 liters, 4 liters of water, just in case there's no water out there. But yeah, I bring it in a thermos, fill my thermos up, keep it nice and cold. Then I'm good to go. Like the desert. Did some climbing today. I was looking for a flat rock about that thick. Found a nice flat rock, but it was like this thick, and I want to cook on it. But if it's 6 inches thick, it'll take too long to heat up. Put a steak on top and cook it. Has to be a couple of inches or inchers, right? So I didn't bring it. The ocean has some nice rocks, but I haven't been out there in a bit. Yeah, there's a place out by Malibu where there's thousands of rocks, different sizes. So you gotta let a rock dry out. If you don't let it dry out and you put it on a fire, it can explode on you. Nice night tonight. A little bit cool. Not cool cold, but you know, comfortable. Good night to set up a campfire, tell some nice stories. Sometimes I sit here 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, and I hear cars go by, and I imagine where these people are heading. You know, when I was a kid, my window diagonally faced the street, and sometimes I would get up midnight, 1 o'clock, and I would hear a lonely car going by, and I would look out and I'd see a driver, and I would say, where is this person going this time of night? Yeah. And back then, cars were noisy. Now they're quiet. You don't really hear them. Back then, it was like da 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 da. You go to Bob's Big Boy at night on Fridays, and all that you smell is that gasoline oil mixture burning from the old cars. They got all these guys there that were in their prime in the 1950s, and the 50s were never completed. But they go there. Now they're all old, and they have these muscle cars. Some of them are running, and you go through there and you can smell that 1970s smell. You don't smell that anymore. But yeah, those guys were in their prime in like 1957. So they're about 83, 84, 85 years old now. I like those cars. Get a nice 1967 GTO manual transmission, 400 cubic inch engine. Yeah, like that car, that Pontiac GTO. I like the Judge too. That's a nice Pontiac GTO, but that came a few years later. I like Pontiac. I like that steering wheel Pontiac made. It was like a T. I used to go to a junkyard. Junkyard was massive. I don't know how many acres that place was. And I would go there and check out the Pontiac and Cadillac steering wheels. Like the Cadillac steering wheel too. But Pontiac had a nice steering wheel. One time I brought my tools with me, and I wanted to take a steering wheel out and take it home, hang it on the wall. But there were way too many things to remove. I said, I'll be here like a year taking this thing apart. So I left it. Nice tropical breeze blowing through here. Yeah, that's coming from the mountains, because that's where the mountains are. So it's coming from the east to west. I see a couple of stars out, but we have too much light pollution. You can't see the stars here. You have to go out in the desert. You go in the desert, you see 30,000 stars, which is nothing, but looks like a lot. Right now you see like Mars, Jupiter. They're not stars, but that's what you see. And occasionally you'll see Betelgeuse. Got my daughter swimming in the pool here. I could go for a good movie like Deer Hunter 2, the sequel, or Taxi Driver 2. They were talking about making a sequel to the Taxi Driver movie. Never happened. It's a crazy movie, Taxi Driver. But my favorite movie, The Deer Hunter. Love that movie. They have Rolling Rock in that movie. It's at the Cascades, but yeah, beautiful scenery. Beautiful movie. Wish I had a tall glass of ice water right now. Could play some hopscotch. Remember the old days, Chinese fortune gum? It was a penny each. I'd give the guy $1 and he'd start counting by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. And he'd fill me up a little bag, a little brown bag. I would take it home like it was Chinese food. Love the flavor of that gum. Then they discontinued that gum. And then somebody bought the recipe and started making it again, but it's close, but it's not the same. One main difference is it's very stiff now, very hard to chew. It takes time. But the flavor never lasted, even in the original. The original had a short duration of flavor. I used to chew one, and then like, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes later, I'd spit it out, put another one in. By the end of the day, you had like a tired jaw. But yeah, I missed that gum. Chinese fortune gum. The best gum, but did not last long. And you had to buy 100 of them just to enjoy it. Nice orange, pinkish. I think it was like a pinkish color more. And then inside they had a little fortune cookie thing in there rolled up. And a special secret number. A special secret number. Yeah, they stopped making that. The other thing they stopped making that I used to get, a mint called Sensen, SEN.SEN, space there. I used to get that, and I used to eat a lot of that. Not a lot, but you know, a few pieces here and there. And they would say, you know, that smells like shaving cream. But I liked it. They don't make that anymore. It was a mint called Sensen. And Billy Joel mentions it in the song Keeping the Faith. He says that he had some Sensen. He bought a fresh pack of Luckies and a mint called Sensen. When I first heard that, I go, what the hell is that mint called Sensen? And then one day I was in a store and I saw these little packets, and it said Sensen on it. And I said, what is that? And then the guy said, that's a breath mint. And I said, oh, let me try it. So I tried it, and it's yeah, it tastes like shaving cream. Very fresh. But they don't make it anymore. You have to go back in a time machine to find that. There's a lot of things they don't make anymore. They don't make those 1970s Brady Bunch looking bikes anymore either. I used to have one of those. A nice Apollo 5-speed Ross. It was like a chopper. I think all the Bradys had bikes like that. They had like Schwinn's or something. Used to watch that show, Brady Bunch. Marsha. I think everybody had a crush on Marsha. Yeah. All the boys in her school wanted to get with Marsha. Not many people name their kids Marsha anymore. That's like an older person's name now. I can't remember having a Marsha in my class. I knew a Marsha who worked in a video store, and she was a little bit goofy, older person. But I can't think of a Marsha I knew besides that. Marsha Brady, and I know a grandma Marsha now, but that's now. But I'm talking about when I was in school. I'm trying to think now. That's a rare name. You don't hear that anymore. Another name you don't hear little kids being named, John. John was a popular name when I was a kid. There's like 3 or 4 Johns in my class. Every year there was like 3 or 4 Johns. Every class had 3 or 4 Johns. Be like, John, and they'd all look. And then I ran into some Seans. Some of them spell it S-H-A-W-N, and then others are S-E-A-N. I'm trying to think of some rare names. Juventino. You don't hear that anymore. I think had a Peter in my class, Mark. Kid named Adam. Sat right behind me. Michael, it's pretty popular, Michael. Abu, because you don't hear that. Charlie, you still hear Charlie. I have a friend, Charlie DiGiovanni, #1 cab driver in the world. For me, best cab driver, Charlie DiGiovanni. I met him a long time ago. Did me a favor. I was stranded somewhere and he gave me a ride for nothing. I said, I don't have any money. He's like, don't worry about it, get in. Gave me a ride home. I was stuck 8 miles away. Good man, Charlie DiGiovanni. Been driving a cab for like 55 years. He's like, you know, the old days, you go to a barbershop, they would talk about science, politics, religion, things like that. He's like that. You get in the cab, he knows everything about everything. And I got a friend, he's a barber, his name is Kamchatko. He's been cutting hair for like 50 years also, it's a long time. Started when he was like 17. He's like 70 now. Hands are steady. Go in there with the buzzers. He's cutting you up. Got the scissors out, the shears. Kamchatko. Haven't seen him in a while.